Hey Apollo, look at that sweet little doggy.
Hello, how you doing?
What is up, everybody? Long time no see. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody has been doing well. Anything new with you guys? With me, you know, same old, same old. Life's just kicking my ass as usual. So that's part of my life path, apparently. So there's something called numerology, and everyone has a life path. And there's a certain way to figure out what your life path is. Basically, you take your birthday, so whether it's, say like 08, 30, 30, 1992, whatever it is, you take those, you add them up one by one, and then you get a double-digit number. And then after you get the double-digit number, you add those two numbers together separately, and you get your number. Which you probably have no idea what I just said, but you can look it up. Paulo, come on. Look at it. Oh my God, what is happening here? Go. Come on here with the birdies. Well, anyway, try looking up your life plan. See if it matches up with you, and let me know down in the comments if it actually fits you. It's kind of like horoscopes, but mine was even more accurate than my horoscope, which I'm a Capricorn. My life path is an 8. And it fits it pretty well. So basically, I'm here to experience hardship early on and then gain material wealth at some point in my life. And the point of the hardship is to learn how to be humble once I get that wealth that I'm so apparently desperately seeking. Which we all kind of want that, right? Or maybe it's just me because it's my life path. I don't know. Well, anyway, I thought it'd be cool. I'll put a link down, below. You can give you a little head start of kind of even what I'm talking about. It's called numerology. Apparently, there's this guy. He's sports betting, and he's using numerology to pick the winning teams, and he's doing it like nailing it every time. Because he says the Jesuits, people that are running the world, are rigging sports, and they have it totally under control. It's hard to just blow that off like that's like crazy, because this guy is like nailing every win. I'm actually gonna I'm gonna place a bet on this hockey game, and I don't even watch hockey, because he says it's a guaranteed win, and he's not running some like service or something. He has like no subscribers. He's like nothing as far as, popularity. But I'm gonna try it out. We'll see if it works out for me. And you're interested, I'll give you a shout. Maybe I'll tell you his channel. But yeah, I'm not gonna post it because, for all I know, I haven't tried it yet. So I don't want you to like waste your money or something, But look at the birds right there. Apollo, get out of there. He's eating bird food. So a couple of my birds got eaten. I already had 2 that got eaten at the beginning of the year. And I just came down here yesterday, and there was 3 more gone, 2 babies, so 2 chicks. 1 rooster. I don't really care about the rooster because it's not going to make eggs, so I'm just like spending money on feeding it. But it sucks for my chicks because they could have been hens, and I found 1 decapitated. So it was a hate crime. It wasn't just like, they didn't even eat the meat, they just decapitated it and ran. So it's totally like a hate crime. These animals out here are ruthless. 2 of them were gone though. I mean, here's some feathers right here. I don't know if you can even see through there, but there's some one of my blackbirds. So now I only have the same breed. I had 3 breeds. Now it's left to just the 1 Americanas, which are my favorite breed, but sucks the other 2 got eaten. You can't have anything nice, you know what I mean? And then they just got to get eaten. It's annoying. I mean, Jesus, Pete's like, look, there's a feather in memory. Oh. So yeah, guys, on another note here, I'm going to post a link to my post on Quora that I put. I think you'll be interested in learning a little bit about kind of what you are or who you are. And if you don't know what I mean like you as a human being. Like what are you truly? Because what you probably think you are is what they teach you in school. You came from monkeys, where life developed from primordial soup, from chemicals mixing together, and just poof, magically life existed and evolution happened. And that's, all those concepts of what I'm talking about. It's probably what you think you are. You're actually a spiritual being, but I mean everything's spiritual. It's not like you, like even my dog is spiritual, even the planet Earth, like everything, because spiritual. So there's a really bad connotation when you say that. The connotation is that you're comparing it to, or you're connecting it with religion. Spirituality and religion, I mean, there's similarities, but they're not the same, because you can be, so it's kind of like you can be religious and be and you're also spiritual, but if you're spiritual, you do not have to be religious, which I'm not at all. Spirituality for me is scientific. I see everything from a scientific point of view, from a law of physics point of view, and not just the Newtonian law of physics, but there's a higher level of physics that scientists are just now beginning to uncover. Like a metaphor I could think of to kind of explain, which DNA is one of them. You know the term junk DNA? Or they say, like, what is it, 90 or 80% of our DNA or something like that we don't even use? That's nonsense. We do use it, it's just not in this physical dimension that we use it. We're using it in another frequency. We can see that, we can detect that it exists, we can see that it's there, but we just don't use it on this frequency. But a metaphor would be like, scientists are looking at a sphere from the front, and they call it a circle. So they're looking at a sphere, they see it like, okay, that they're just looking at it one-dimensionally, and they say, okay, well, that's a circle. But then if they like went around it and they looked around, they say, oh, it's more than just a circle, it's a sphere. They'd have to look at another dimension. So that's kind of where science is right now, is they've always looked at one-dimensionally, where it's like they only say what I can see is what it is, and if I can't see it, there must not be anything. But that's been completely disproven. Look at dark matter, dark energy. It makes like 80-90% of the universe, and the stuff we do see, like regular matter, it's almost nothing in the universe. So what is all that other stuff? Well, they can't see it or detect it. It's because it's spiritual. It's a lot of stuff, but it's on a different frequency, so we can detect it, that it's there, but we can't really interact with it directly because it's simply on a different frequency. Kind of like how you can't interact with radio waves. Like, waves from your cell phone signal, it just goes through your body, it goes through your house, but it still exists just because you don't see it. I mean, do you see microwaves when you cook food in the oven? No, but it's still there, and all it is light. It's light. It's not visible light, but it is light. It's on the spectrum, electromagnetic spectrum. But anyway, the post that I'm gonna put down below is a post I put off of Quora. And if you don't know about Quora, download the app to your phone, or just go to the desktop website. But I'm just gonna read a little bit here. So this is like an initial lesson, kind of to break you into a new way of thinking, which will be very useful to you in this life and the next. So what are you? I'm going to tell you a lot of things that might appear separate, but they will all join together in the end. What is a person? The first thing that I want you to understand is that your body is not you. You are actually an invisible spirit force, and your true home is in heaven. You just use your body in order to relate to life here on planet Earth. It's the same for all of us. The planet is sometimes called the 3D world, which means the third dimension. There are other higher dimensions, and we can give them other names, but don't worry about that for the moment. Now, imagine that you were the driver of a car. When you're not in the car does not move. When you get in it, the car springs to life and off you go. Car plus the driver. One day, the car becomes unusable for some reason. An accident, it's too old or whatever. So you get out of the car and the car goes off to the scrapyard. It's similar with us. We have a body and a spirit, the real you. The car represents the body and the driver is the real you, the spirit. All the time that the body works well, body and spirit stay together. If through accident, old age, or illness the body dies, you, the driver, merely leave the body and return to your true home, heaven, or what we call heaven. The body was never truly alive. It was just spirit animating it that gave it the appearance of life to the body. The real you is immortal. You can never die. Your 3D body ceases to function at some point, but you have always been alive and always will be. I want to keep things simple for the moment, so I will stop our investigation of who you are for the moment. Now, that's a simple overview right there of kind of who or what you are. Moving on here. Auras. You have a body and is standing on planet Earth. We call that your 3D body standing on 3D Earth. The D merely stands for dimension. Now, around your 3D body, you have 7 other bodies, and they're standing on 7 versions of planet Earth. You cannot see these other bodies as they're on other frequencies going higher and higher as you go towards 7. Actually, if you consider that your 3D body is also, in a manner of speaking, an aura, you have 8 bodies standing on 8 planet Earths. All these in 8 different universes. One way of looking at this is to imagine a TV. We're on channel 1, the default channel. If you click on the telecom, you can see the change to channel 2, 3, 4, and so on. So now let's talk about chakras. All your various auras contained just outside your 3D body are connected to your 3D body by entry points that we call chakras. That is all that chakras are. Entry points for your auras into your 3D body. And I did make a video on this channel about what black holes are that we see in outer space, and those are actually the chakras of the being that we live inside, what that we call the universe. So we actually live inside of another being. We're just really, really tiny, and the being's really big, and we're living inside of it, and those are the chakra points. All right, moving on to etheric double. There is one more thing that I must mention in connection to all this, and that is that in close association with your physical 3D body, you have a kind of mist surrounding you called your etheric double. I won't go into its function at the moment, but I will say that when a person dies, this mist sometimes hangs for a while and we see it as a ghost. That is all a ghost is. This etheric double wandering about. If it is not alive, but can have the appearance of being alive for a while. Eventually it disappears. So that's what a ghost is. It's your etheric double, and you can see it. Hold your hand out like this in front of your face and look between your fingers and kind of go a little cross-eyed. You'll see a glow surrounding your fingers. Try it. You will see it. And if you're in the wrong light, just try it again later. You'll eventually see it. It's very faint. It's not like looking at a physical object. Kind of cross your eyes a little bit if you have to. So let's move on now to God. I should mention God at this point. Now, this can be a delicate subject as religions give out all sorts of information that people believe, and they feel quite protective about it. The best way of actually imagining God is to realize that God is a force that created all that is. God is full of love and is an attractive force in that it draws all people together. The opposite we call the devil. The devil divides people and creates hate, the opposite of God. Now let's talk about religions. By their very nature, religions divide people. All religions claim to have the monopoly on truth about God. If you think about this, it cannot be true. We all can't have the truth if we think that only one religion is the truth. The result of this attitude has created war, torture, hatred, and a number of other horrible things. Thus, I do not belong to any religion, although I do believe in God. I follow the teachings of Jesus and have one golden rule. Do not treat others that which you do not want done to you. Or, treat others the way that you wish to be treated. However, if you follow a religion, please continue, although you will find that some of what I teach flies in contradiction to the teachings of most religions. For instance, I will teach you to be free and to understand the divine nature of your soul. You are God, I am God, we are all God. Most religions will try to make you believe that you are a simple person and you have to pass by a priest to access God. This, I believe, is not true. However, I do not want to offend you or to criticize any religion. You will come to decide what is and what is not as we progress. I have given you a brief overview of the human body and so on. I will stop at this point as I have given you enough to digest for the moment. I don't want to overload you guys with information and confuse you. Great White Brotherhood. Alright, so that link will be down below. You just read it on your screen as well. Tell me what you think about that. Have you already known that information? Or is that something new? Have you never heard that before? It really just depends on who you are. So, yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna work on my chicken coop. I mean, I should be on my computer. See, that's the thing. Right now, I do have a little bit of time before I have to work tomorrow. But it's starting to get dark earlier now, which really sucks. So I'm trying to think, should I work on the computer and do like actual work? Or should I do something like more, outside building my chicken coop? Decisions, decisions, decisions. But in the meantime, say goodbye to my chicken. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hit a like on this video, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.